And it was kind of a pretty fast turnaround from 2 weeks ago, I mean, almost 2 weeks ago. So kind of what assisted in that fast turnaround from finding a new location?
I think it's just all the support we've gotten. Everybody just came together and tried to help us to get back on our feet as quick as possible. It's been fantastic.
And can you kind of just talk about some of that community support? I know I saw a GoFundMe page, but I wasn't sure if there was anything else that was going on with that. Did you actually start the GoFundMe?
Yes. Yeah, I started that, and I started a Facebook fundraiser. I was probably more, well, I definitely felt more in shock than Carol was, but everybody kept telling me, you need to start this, start this. So I started really low because I just, we don't fundraise often, and when we do, we usually give something back, and this was just kind of everybody given to us. So I started one at $1,000, and it's right around $1,800 right now. And then the other one I started at $5,000. I upped it to $15,000, but we're almost there to $9,000 now. So people have just been very, very generous.
And then can you kind of just describe like what it felt like that day? I wasn't sure if you guys, I know they said it was early morning, so no one was really there yet. But did you guys, what happened when you actually showed up at the scene?
Well, my boyfriend actually called me. He was on his way to work, and he told me there's a fire by the clinic. And I said, by or at? So he turned around, and he's like, the clinic's on fire. So I drove immediately down here. Probably took me 15 minutes to get here. Once I came here and made sure it was real, I called Carol, and as soon as I pulled up to the building, I got out and I started walking like towards the building, and the fireman grabbed me and said, you can't go in there, which I wasn't even thinking. I was just really in shock that it could happen. We just were always so careful in there. We were always so careful.
And then can you kind of just talk about what it felt like when you actually saw like so many people, they donated really fast.
Yeah.
I kept seeing the numbers, and it was like the next day it was already at, like you already reached your $5,000.
Yeah, way past the $5,000. Yeah, it was, I'm not a big crier, and I think I cried several times, definitely a lot more. Just so amazed that people donated like that. I just never expected that at all.
And then what does it mean that you guys actually can keep the clinic running? Because I know, especially with the fundraising, that's kind of what you needed to get all those supplies back.
Yeah, because it was, I mean, like Carol had said, the little things is what, we think about, because we know the big things, and hopefully we have those covered. But just all that support was overwhelming. It was overwhelming. We had one of our previous volunteers donate $5,000 of her own. She was just phenomenal. She's phenomenal. It's just wonderful. Never expected any of it.
And then what are kind of the next steps in your eyes going forward from today and from 2 weeks ago from what happened?
Well, we're already getting everything together to try to make this place our own. Hopefully everything goes through and it's ours. We've talked to a bunch of people that said they'd help volunteer their time. Hopefully their intelligence, because this is not our expertise for sure, but it's coming together so quickly, and it's really phenomenal. We just all need it. We all need it.
And what do you think it actually means for the community, for you guys to be able to keep your business open for them, especially, like you said, it's like low cost, and you're kind of just helping you helped with a lot of animals in this community already.
And I think people realize that, and we keep it affordable, whereas, a lot of places on face value will say it's a certain price, then it ends up being way more than that. Ours is, a set price, $45. That's spay, neuter, all vaccines, flea treatment, ear mite treatment. Like we make it affordable for people to be able to care for their pets. And I think, this community especially needs that. Otherwise it just would not get done. And it needs to be done for sure.
Awesome. Then do you have anything else you'd like to add?
I'm just, really excited for the future now. Like the first 2 days we were just in shock, and it was kind of, we felt defeated. And after we saw so much support, it kind of got us excited to move forward. And that was never supposed to be a permanent building. And we just kind of got complacent. And now, we were kind of forced to move up. So everything happens for a reason. It does.